Hi, loves. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm Nancy, your manifestation coach, healer, and spiritual guide. I'm so excited for today's episode because we're diving deep into something that so many of us are curious about: manifesting money and success. Now, if you don't know already, I am Egyptian. I speak French, English, Arabic. So my English is not my first language. So I always have my notes down just in case. And plus, I love, I don't want to miss out on any information during the podcast. So if I don't look into your eyes, please forgive me. Okay, let's get started. So first, let's start with the basics. What does it really mean to manifest? Manifesting isn't just about wishing for something or saying affirmations over and over. It's about aligning your thoughts, your energy, your feelings, and your actions so that what you desire can flow into your life. It's about becoming a vibrational match to the reality you want to create. So, now let's talk about manifesting without God. What's the difference, right? Manifesting versus manifesting without God. When we focus only on what we want, money, a partner, success, we might achieve those things through hustle, affirmations, or energy work. But often it comes with stress, struggle, or a feeling of emptiness. Why? Because sometimes it's not what's meant for our highest good. We may get what we want, but it doesn't always feel fulfilling, and it can even leave us drained or misaligned. The contrast that with manifesting with God, when you manifest with God, you're co-creating. You're saying, God, show me what is truly meant for me. Align my desires with my highest purpose. When you do this, something shifts. You're not forcing outcomes. You're surrendering, trusting the process, and letting divine guidance lead the way. You take inspired action, but the timing, the opportunities, and the blessings come in perfect alignment. And that feels completely different. It's fulfilling, it's abundant, and it's lasting. So you probably guessed that I manifest with God. So many people ask, Nancy, what if I don't believe in God? Can this still work? And my answer is yes. Chakra alignment and energy work operate on a universal level. Even if you don't believe in God, when your chakras are aligned, your energy flows freely. Your intuition becomes stronger, opportunities show up, and your actions naturally align with your life purpose. You may not call it God, but the universe, source, or life energy is still guiding you. Believe in God and trust, surrender and divine timing. Believe in God adds trust, surrender, and divine timing. But alignment alone still helps you live your purpose. Now, let me tell you a personal experience. I want to share a little of my story because it shows how God truly works when you surrender. 14 years ago, God spoke to me and told me to leave everything I knew, my marriage, my house, even the car keys, and to trust Him completely. He said, Nancy, we will create together. I will show you your path. At that time, it made no sense, absolutely no sense. Was I scared? Yes. But I was high. I was high because I was hearing God's voice. I was in another level. I don't know if you can say high, but I was really in another level. I was like, oh my God, God chose to speak to me. I'm obeying him. Whatever you want, God, I'm going to do for you. I'm going to do to you, for me, for whatever purpose you have for me. And I don't know, to tell you the truth, I could not just say, oh no, I can't do it, right? And I do talk about it in my podcast, number one, the first one, my awakening journey and how God spoke to me. So you can go listen in order, because I feel like, you can listen to whatever you want to listen, but I feel like I try to make it make sense with order, so that way you know where I come from, and they're like layers, right? So he told me, he said, Nancy, we will create together and I will show you your path. At that time, it made no sense. I had a master's degree. I had written my first book. And yet God asked me to take 2 minimum wage job just to make ends meet. I worked at the bakery in the mornings and walked to my other job at a retail store in the evenings. On paper, it looked insane. I was broke, exhausted, and unsure how I would survive. But deep inside, I knew it was temporary. That there was something God was teaching me through this season of humility and obedience. Because it really got me. I tried to be humble there. Looking back now, I see how every step was preparing me. I learned resilience, faith, and what it really means to detach from material things and lean only on God's guidance. And I just got chills, guys, because it's bringing me back. Doing those podcasts is bringing me back to my past and where I was and where I am right now. And that's like 14 years ago. I learned resilience, faith, and had no safety net, no family nearby to fall back on. Yet God always provided just enough to keep me moving forward. Today, more than a decade later, I live in my purpose. I've helped thousands of people manifest love, money, healing, and alignment with their soul's path. And I can confidently tell anyone who feels stuck in a relationship or situation they think they can't leave, if I could do it with nothing but faith and 2 low-income jobs, then you can too. God never asked me to walk that path to break me. He asked me to walk it so I could become the teacher I am today. And at that time, I didn't understand it. I was like, why? And God was like, Nancy, stop saying why. Don't stop asking me why and just do it. And so I just obeyed. And I never thought at that time, for me, I was, okay, I was becoming a writer, right? Because my background was teaching, elementary teacher, then English second language, adults. And I talk about it more on podcast number 1. But yeah, I never thought that God, I knew God had a purpose for me, a higher purpose, and that I'll be helping people. Because when I wrote my first book, Are You on the Right Path? And How to Heal Yourself, that's when he started speaking to me and he redirected me to my path. So I really recommend you to get it, because doing all the exercise that I'm showing you has awakened me. And that was before I know how to align my chakras, because I was very religious at that time, but now I'm just spiritual. So, but now every time I have a client and I do readings or I guide them, I've been there. And when you teach and when you guide from a place where you've been and you've experienced 2 jobs and you've experienced tiredness and you've experienced graveyard shift and you've experienced minimum wage and you've experienced that no one is there to support you, oh my God, like I can relate. And when I relate, I don't know, it's almost like I become more efficient when I, to guide you and to give you advice, because I've been there. So, how to manifest with God, step by step. Number one, set your intention. So we all agreed, right, that we want to manifest in alignment with the universe, with God, with whatever you call it. I call it God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit. If you're not ready to believe in him, then just say the universe. Because it will save you time, it will save you a headache, it will save you stress. And like a quick example, right? If let's say you want to manifest a Mercedes, or I don't know if I give already that example in other podcasts, but like let's say 4-bedroom house instead of a 2-bedroom house, right? And you're like, no, I'm gonna do 4 bedrooms so I can be proud, and there's nothing wrong with that. But what if God wants you to have 2-bedroom and serve more for people and have less stress and help more people? You'll be even happier. You'll be happier. You will serve others. You won't just think about survival and having to pay your mortgage with a 4-bedroom house. And you will be happier and peaceful. I mean, we all want peace. We all want freedom. We all want abundance. But God has his way to give you that abundance without forcing things, without chasing things. Like me, when God guided me to become a tarot reader, and then through my clients, I would suggest them, I would say, okay, you should work on your solar plexus, right? Your heart chakra, your third eye. And one client told me, Nancy, can you teach me? So it was organically, and then I added that service. I asked God, can I help people to heal through the screen? And he said yes. And then I created the group sessions too, and we did it. We do Zoom group sessions, and we do also I did every year I would do like a small group where I meet. So we did it once in Vegas, we did it once in Texas, and in Miami we did it, like it was organically too. We did it in Miami. So yeah, and I think, and I just created a Substack. I'll put the link below, and where you can chat with me, you can interact with me, and there's like newsletters, yeah, right? And you get to know me more. And I'm probably gonna do a Zoom meeting every month so we can meet. So don't forget to subscribe, it's free. And then there's always space for upgrading. Okay, so let's go back to setting your intention. Manifestation begins with clarity. You need to know what you want, but not from fear or desperation. Take time to reflect and ask yourself, what do I truly desire and why? Write it down. The key is surrender. Instead of saying, I want this exact thing in this exact way, try, God, this is my desire, but I trust you to bring me what's best for me. I also teach my clients to write it as if it's already done. For example, I'm so happy and grateful I got my dream job. I'm so happy and grateful I'm making $10,000 a month and an extra 1,000 on the side. This way you align your energy with the reality you want to manifest. And if you need more help, I do offer those sessions, manifesting money or love. Number 2, ask for alignment. So I also teach my clients to align their chakras, right? Because through chakra alignment, you feel grounded, centered, and connected to spirit, to God, to the universe. From that space, you're able to receive what's meant for you without forcing, just attracting. Oh my God, guys, I cannot emphasize enough the difference between the people that go and chase their money and are millionaires. And you can tell the ones that are wealthy and because they're aligned, and it just comes to them. Because you don't see them stressed out and burned out. And you can tell the ones that have sacrificed everything for money and they don't have a life and they're not happy and they're drained, and you're like, I don't want that, so that's the key, is to be aligned, is to activate your chakras, is to ask God. You can ask God what you desire, but then surrender to whatever God has for you, because he will direct you and redirect you to your path. For me personally, there's a difference between simply obeying God and truly being in alignment with what He's asking me to do. The moment I began aligning my chakras was the moment I started stepping fully into my purpose. It was powerful and life-changing. I'll never forget when this really opened up for me. I was in Egypt and in front of the pyramids, and I had just fractured my ankle. One of my biggest fears while traveling is to get hurt. And I ended up staying an extra month to heal. Right there in front of the pyramids, my hotel room was overlooking the pyramids. I'll never forget that moment. And I said, God, why? I'm doing whatever you're asking me to do. And I slipped on the stairs. It was wet. And in Egypt, they have the rooftops, and you can sit on the rooftop and you look at the city, and you can look at the pyramids while you're on the rooftop. And I slipped. I slipped on the stairs. I could not walk. I still remember that moment like if it was yesterday. And I had just changed my tickets to another month because I loved being in Egypt. And it was my first time, I think, or my second time going. No, it was my first time going after 20 years. And God said, okay, now I'm going to teach you how to align your chakras. So I was my bed was overlooking the pyramids. And during that time, God led me to chakra videos on YouTube. That was His way of saying, now it's time to align. And I was joking with Him. I was saying, God, are we becoming Buddhist? I knew that there was another reason why, but He's like, no, Nancy, you're still Christian, but chakras alignment is like energy field, right? And everyone has energy, like everyone has a heart, everyone has an organ. We just don't see it, but those are energy field that we all have. And when it's aligned, everything, like you're more aligned to your purpose. Number 3. Before I forget, at first it felt strange, new, different when I did my chakras, but then it became a second nature. And now I can't live without aligning my chakras daily. It keeps me in alignment with God's will, my purpose, and the flow of abundance and healing that He has for me. Number 3, visualize and feel. So I teach all this to my clients. Again, I do offer those sessions. So visualization, you probably heard about that a lot. It's one of the most powerful techniques of manifestation. Visualization is faith and action. When you close your eyes and see your desire as if it's already yours, you're pulling it closer. Notice the details. Feel the joy, the peace, the gratitude. The more it feels in your spirit, the quicker it begins to manifest. Take a moment right now while you're listening to me. Close your eyes and picture the best version of yourself. Maybe you're working on your laptop by the beach, living in freedom with remote success. Maybe you're sitting in the highest position you've always wanted, with your name shining on the desk, feeling confident and proud. Maybe you're holding the hand of the partner you've prayed for, surrounded by love and safety. Whatever it is, money, career, love. I'm just getting chills, man, because I'm visualizing and at the same time I'm explaining it to you. So whatever it is, money, career, love, or purpose, the secret is not just seeing it, but truly feeling it. Feel the excitement, the confidence, the gratitude, as if it's already there, here, because your emotions set your vibration. And your vibration attracts the opportunities meant for you. I love that sentence. Because your emotions set your vibration. And your vibration attracts the opportunities meant for you. So as you visualize, see it as done. Claim it and watch how the doors begin to open in your favor. I encourage you to spend at least 15 to 20 minutes a day with this practice, allowing your spirit to align with what you're calling in. And I always do it with you guys when you book a manifesting session. We'll do it together. When I start doing my group, I'm just waiting for the Substack to reach, a certain subscribers, and then we'll start doing Zoom meetings. We can do it together. But do it right now, and it's gonna take some practice, but it's so easy because it's so natural. You just close your eyes and you imagine your dream life. Some people even write a script, right? Write a script of your perfect day. And I do write it all the time. Like I wake up next to my person, because I'm single, guys. I wake up next to my person. He does coffee for me. He's so attentive to my needs. And then we just go walk on the beach. We have a mansion on the beach, or a home. Then we go to the gym. We train together. And then we go and we have nice breakfast, healthy breakfast. We both like the same things and we love traveling. And so you imagine all those things. And for money, right? Like, as you see, money is not really a worry. And when I manifest, when I visualize, right, my life with my partner, we travel around the world and we have abundance of money and so and imagine your day and script it. I'm so excited that today we're planning and we're planning for our trip to Bora Bora, or the Jamaica. So it's wonderful because it's called quantum leaping, and when you quantum leap to that dimension, you feel it or you're already there. And then you wake up, you open your eyes and it's like, oh, this is my reality. But you'll get there. One day you're going to say, yes, this is my reality. Okay, number 4, take inspired action. So faith without works is dead. God will send signs, people, or opportunities to move you closer to your desire. But you must act. That action won't feel forced. It will feel like a gentle nudge in your heart. Maybe you're guided to call someone, sign up for a class, apply for a job, or even rest. Trust those whispers. When you take one step, God takes 10 towards you. Doors open when you move in faith, even if the steps is small. And which reminds me, you're probably asking me, Nancy, how do I know what God wants from me? It's the signs, it's the synchronicity. And I think I did a podcast about that. Look at the signs, synchronicity. If I didn't, it's probably going to be my next one. Like when you see numbers, when you see, you think about something and then you watch a movie and it says the same thing. For example, you're thinking about writing a book and then you hear someone saying, I just wrote a book, and those are signs. Everything becomes very hypersensitive and you're looking for them. Before I hear the voice of God directly, I was looking for signs. I wrote my book without hearing the voice of God. Like I would hear him from my heart, but I was not hearing him in my, when you talk to yourself, that's how I hear the voice of God. So it's a voice, yeah. So before he chooses me to talk to me, it was a nudge. I would look at signs. I would think about something, and then someone would help me. Like even my assistant, I had a daycare when I was writing my book, and my assistant, and I was like telling her, okay, now I need a cover page. I need an image. And she looked at me. She's like, Nancy, a big diamond. And I looked at her. I'm like, yes, I will never forget that. Those are signs. People uses people. God uses people to give you those signs. So you always try to be humble and be open to the universe and be open to those signs. And you will know. Believe me, you will know. The more you're closer to God, to the universe, the more you're aligned, the more you will know the signs, and they will guide you to your next step. So take action today. Reflect on these questions. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I missed on something. Oh, yeah, I missed on something. Oh, my God. Where did I go? Okay. So inspired action. For example, years ago, I was teaching elementary students, and I felt called to teach adults and earn more. So I kept that vision in my heart, and one day, while talking with someone in my church community, she told me about ESL teaching job. If I hadn't spoken up about what I wanted and acted on that lead, I might have missed it. I applied and I got the job. That moment showed me how important it is to say what you want and then move on the opportunities God brings. And that was really amazing. I will never forget that moment also, because I was like, okay, I really want to work at night. And I don't want to work as an elementary teacher anymore. I had already my first boy. He was almost 1 year. And I didn't want to leave him during the day, and we would save money if I go teach at night, and my husband would at that time, take care of him at night. So we saved so much money, and I worked 4 nights, and I got the job right away. And I was just telling her, oh, I want to change, and it happened. So those are the signs. This is like the help from God, right? If I never would have mentioned it to her, I wouldn't have known that she worked there. So, for example, if you're seeking for a promotion, have you asked your boss what you need to do to get there? Ask, what do I need to work on to qualify for that role? People like to feel needed and to support your growth. And when you invite them in, they often help you rise. That invitation is part of claiming your power. This all ties into the root chakra. When you feel safe, secure, and supported, you move forward with less fear. I recommend activating your root chakra regularly. It helps you trust, ask for help, and take the next right step. If you'd like, I offer sessions also to help awaken strengthen your roots so you can move in confidence. There's a lot of YouTube videos too that offer it, and just follow what they're saying. Okay, number 5, release control. This may be the hardest part. Once you've prayed, visualized, and taken action, you need to release the need to control how or when it shows up. Impatience blocks manifestations. So trusting God's timing means you rest in the knowing that what is meant for you cannot pass you by. Repeat to yourself, God's plan is always greater than mine. I trust His timing, His way, and His love for me. When you release, you make room for miracles. And it's called the law of detachment. So let's talk about chakra alignment and manifestation. So, and I do have a book, guys. Okay, I wrote a second book, Unlocking the Power of the Law of Attraction, and Beginner's Guide to the 7 Chakras. So I'll put it below here, and it doesn't talk about, Christianity or anything like that, like the other book, but it talks about the correlation between manifesting. The more you align your chakras, the faster you will attract what you desire and what's in alignment with you. So let me give you quickly a small course on chakras. So your chakras are your energy centers. If they're blocked, manifestation becomes harder. When your chakras are aligned, your energy flows freely and you become more receptive to God's guidance. Got it? Let's connect each chakra directly to money, success, and happiness. So I'm going to tell you each one like if you're blocked in that area, maybe you know which one to work on. And you can always email me if you're not sure which one you want to start with me. Root chakra is the stability and security. So feeling safe with money, trusting that your needs will always be met. When balanced, you attract financial stability and grounded success. Sacral chakra is the creativity and flow, tied to inspired ideas, joy in your work, and creating abundance with passion. Balanced equals more opportunities and happiness in what you do. Number 3, solar plexus chakra is the confidence and power, the center of self-worth. When strong, you believe you deserve wealth, success, and recognition. It fuels motivation to reach your goals. Heart chakra, which is love and abundance, opens you to receive abundance with gratitude, attract supportive relationships, and feel joy in both giving and receiving wealth. Number 5, throat chakra, communication and expression. Speaking your value, asking for raises, promoting your business, sharing your message. Success flows when you express yourself authentically. Third eye chakra, vision and intuition. So the third eye is there, the third eye in the middle of your forehead. Helps you make wise financial decisions, see opportunities clearly, and trust your inner guidance in business and life. Crown chakra, divine connection and purpose. Aligns you with God's source so success comes with ease. When balanced, money and happiness flow naturally because you're in your soul's purpose. So together, balanced chakras equals financial flow, confidence and success, and true happiness because you're aligned in mind, body, and spirit. Chakra work is powerful, but it's just one path to alignment. There are many other ways you can align with God, your higher self, and your desire. Here are a few examples you could even bring into your life. So prayer and surrender, right? Talking to God, asking for guidance, and releasing control. Alignment often comes when you trust His timing. Visualization with God's presence, like we talked earlier. Invite God into your vision. See Him walking into your reality. Imagine He's next to you and helping you if you have a hard time to believe that He's next to you. Affirmations with emotion, not just saying them, just feeling them in your body and spirit until they become truth. Inspired actions, alignment isn't only spiritual, it's also practical. When you follow nudges, ideas, or opportunities that feel right, you're co-creating with God. Meditation and stillness, quiet your mind to hear God's voice and feel His direction. Sometimes just sitting quietly, 15-20 minutes, and just trying to listen to God's voice. In my book also, I write down what God would say to you if He was next to you. I remember when I was writing my book, I was like, God, I can't hear your voice. Like, am I in the right path? Am I doing the right thing? Because for 9 months I was writing without anyone seeing my book or having any feedback from anyone. It was just between me and God. And then I'm like, you know what if God would talk to me, what would He say to me? And I'm telling you guys, I think this really activated my channel of communication with Him. Because I start pretending, okay, if God was next to me, what would He say? And then I start writing, Nancy, you're good, doing a good job, keep writing. You're going to be inspired, you'll be on the right path. Like, I would just write things like that. And suddenly I was finally hearing His voice. So that can be a way if you are ready to hear His voice. Now, alignment is powerful, but you also need to reprogram your mind. So the thoughts you repeat to yourself shape your reality. And the funny thing is, your thoughts are not always true. So many people say, I'm gonna go in my mind with my reason. Oh my God, if they knew that the compass of your life is not the mind, it's your heart. Your heart is a compass. It will direct you and redirect you to the right path. If only you listen to it and you change your belief system, right? So when it comes to money, many of us carry limiting beliefs we picked up from family, society, or past experiences. But the good news is every limiting belief can be flipped into a truth that attracts abundance. And that's probably what you listen to more in social platform, the affirmations, right? So let's do, oh my God, I have a big list here. I don't know if I'm going to say it all, but I'm going to say a few. And you can also download my blueprint, Manifesting Money and Success, and you're going to have so many limiting beliefs there. I kid you not. I put so many that you're not going to miss any. So I really suggest you to get it. It's my blueprint. I created it. It's called Money and Success, Manifest Money and Success. And you have every single limiting belief so you can write them down and rip off that sheet and release it and be conscious about it. The moment where you're conscious about your belief system, because you might think, oh no, I want money, I believe in money, but then you have a limiting belief saying money, you have to work freaking hard to get it. No, you don't. You just need to be aligned. And yes, you'll work hard, but you won't have to be burned out and stressed out to have it. Okay, so let me walk you through some. And let me know below, please comment and let me know below which limiting belief you identify yourself with and which one you're going to be saying this week for yourself. I have to work hard to make money, and replace it. Money flows to me with ease and aligned action. Money doesn't come easily. Replace it. I am a magnet for wealth and opportunities. Rich people are greedy and selfish. Replace it. Wealthy people, including me, can be generous and kind. If I have more, others will have less. Replace it. The more I receive, the more I can give and bless others. I'm not smart enough or qualified enough to earn big money. Replace it. I'm capable, creative, and worthy of abundance. Money always slips through my fingers. Replace it. I manage money wisely and it grows in my hands. So you get the drill, guys. I really recommend you to get my money manifesting success. Email me. I can give you a discount, 10% discount, and tell me that you got that announcement on my podcast. Okay, so the key is this. Every time a limiting thought about money comes up, pause and flip it and speak the opposite truth. The more you do this, the more your subconscious will reprogram. And before you know it, you'll start to see opportunities, blessings, and financial freedom flow into your life. Remember, your thoughts attract your reality. What you believe deep inside is what you call into existence. If you believe money is scarce, you'll only see lack. But if you choose to believe that money flows with ease, that you are worthy of abundance, then the universe has no choice but to mirror that back to you. So train your mind like you would a muscle, one belief at a time, and watch your reality shift. Now, saying affirmation is like planting seeds. You're repeating positive statements to reprogram your subconscious mind. But if you don't feel them or align your actions and energy with them, the seeds just sit there. They don't grow. Being aligned means your thoughts, emotions, actions, and energy are all moving in the same direction as your affirmation. For example, this affirmation, I'm worthy of love. If you're just repeating it but still chasing someone who mistreats you, you're not aligned. If you repeat it and set boundaries, treat yourself with love, and allow only healthy connection in, then you're aligned and the affirmation takes root. For example, money flows to me with ease. If you say it but constantly stress about bills, complain about lack, or feel guilty about spending, you're not aligned. But if you say it and then take aligned action, like seeking opportunities, managing money wisely, and expecting abundance, then you're aligned and money flows more easily. Do you see, like, it's the whole package deal? That's why when you just pick one technique, sometimes it doesn't work, because only saying affirmation is not enough. Only chakra alignment, I don't feel it's enough. So when I do my money, whether we do group sessions or we do one-on-one session manifesting, we do everything in 1 hour. Every freaking thing in an hour. I'm about to make it longer because we try to compress everything, but so far it's been doing good. So closing thoughts. At the end of the day, manifesting with God is the difference between chasing empty desires and creating a life that truly fulfills you. Without God, you might manifest something that looks shiny on the outside, but leaves you feeling empty on the inside. With God, you don't waste time because you're guided toward what you actually need, what will bless you, and what aligns with your highest good. So release what no longer serves you, reprogram your mind with empowering beliefs, and align your energy with God's guidance. That's when manifestation becomes effortless, powerful, and lasting. Remember, the goal isn't just to get what you want. It's to step into the life God designed for you, full of peace, abundance, and purpose. And for those who don't know Jim Rohn, he was a world-renowned motivational speaker, entrepreneur and personal development coach. He inspired millions to take responsibilities for their lives, change their mindset, and create success through personal growth. I remember when I met Jim Rohn because, I was in network marketing. That was a long time ago. And I won something. I was very good in sales and I won, a dish. I think it was a dish at that time. And we were just 10 people with him. He was such a powerful presence. I loved everything. All my experiences has brought me today, And he said something that completely changed the way I live my life. If you want to change your situation, you have to change yourself. Those words hit me deep because I realized that no matter how much I wished for abundance or success, nothing would shift until I transformed my mindset, my belief, and my daily habits. That lesson is at the core of everything I teach about manifesting money, success, and living in alignment with God. Before we wrap up, I want to ask you a few questions to reflect on so you can write in your journal. Please comment here. Let me know how you like my podcast, which one is your favorite, and share it with your besties. I take a lot of time to prepare them, and I took the summer off because I've changed a lot, transformed again in those last few months. So always know that if I have a time space between podcasts, it's just because I'm renewing myself, and I think I'm gonna be consistent now. So here are the questions. What is one limiting belief about money you've been carrying your whole life? If you could flip that belief into an empowering truth, what would it be? When was the last time you felt God nudging you toward an opportunity, and did you act on it? Take a moment to think about these and even write them down. Your answers can show you exactly where you need to release, reprogram, and align. And also it helps other people also to relate when we share our experience. If you want a complete step-by-step guide, like I said, I create a blueprint to manifest money and success. It's packed with detailed exercise to help you become a master at attracting abundance, wealth, and success. I'll put the link in the notes below. And I also have freebies on my site, on my website. It's alignedmanifestations.com. I'll put the link also. You have free millionaire affirmations that you can download for free and other goodies. So take action today. Reflect on these questions, grab the blueprint or bundle, and step into alignment with God so abundance can flow effortlessly into your action. You see, this is an action that you're doing something different, right? Downloading things, learning, and, investing too. I've invested thousands of dollars in my growth. So don't be afraid to invest. If you say, no, I don't have enough money, then that's a reason for you to spend money on getting more money. Invest in yourself. Spend it on having me as your mentor. Spend it on your downloading. Spending on subscribing in my newsletter. Like, spend it and don't feel like you're, oh no, I don't have enough money. No. If you say, oh, I'm abundant and I know that if I invest in myself, it's gonna come to me 100 times unfold, then it's gonna come to you 100 times unfold. But if you don't do anything different, then how you expect different results, right? So take what else? I truly believe that the more we share our stories, like how you manifested money and success, or how I've manifested mine, the more we can inspire and help others to do the same. So if you feel called, email me or DM me on Instagram to be a guest on my podcast. Or if you'd like to invite me to yours, I'd love to that too. Let's share these powerful stories and help others manifest their dreams. And so I welcome anything. I am going to start inviting guests to spice it up a little bit, right? And so you don't just hear my story, but you hear thousands of other stories. And if they can do it, then you can do it too. I love you guys. Namaste. God bless you. And I wish you much abundance and wealth in your life so you can spread it to others and help others, the ones that need it the most. Namaste. God bless you.